Hello, Rosebuds. Hello, hello. It is, oh my goodness, Tuesday. I don't know if it's October 1st or if it's September 30th. I don't know anymore. I'm just here. I'm just here, ladies and gents. If this is your first time seeing my face, I want to welcome you to the Rose Garden. My name is Kimberly Ann. I create content for people, particularly women, and I try to do it for women like myself, but I've noticed I am getting a lot of other races, which is I'm not mad at, and I'm not telling y'all this is not for you. If you receive any type of guidance message or anything, clarity from my messages, listen, that's what I'm here to do. But I know that there's a lot of women that look like me who single mama, grew up in the hood, just trying so hard to make it, do what you do, and get out. So I create the content for you guys, you know what I'm saying? Because we got it tough out here. There's a lot of resources for a lot of other groups, but I feel like single urban mothers, it's not a lot for us. Like, they got ways to keep us like needing and undeserved and shit, but empowering, oh my god, empowering, oh my god, why can't I talk today? Can't talk today. This is gonna be an interesting conversation. But yeah, empowering in a content, let me put it this way. I have seen a lot of YouTubers who may have been in my position. I don't know what their beginnings were, but I've seen them. They get married, two, as I say this on my thing. They get married, and now they're living this soft girl life, and now they want to come out and talk to people and tell people, you know, oh, I did this and I did that. I decided I'm not going to wait until my life is perfect to put myself out there and to tell my story and hope I help others. I decided I'm going to do it now. So I was like, I refuse to wait. I want y'all to see my journey, and hopefully you can live, as my friends say, vicariously through me, and my journey now as I go from, I don't even know, I can't necessarily say I'm at the bottom, because I've been worse off in life before, much worse. Living in my parents' attic, worse. But where I'm now in my spiritual journey, at that transition point from the worst of the worst to where I'm like at a plateau of like, okay, you know, we got little challenges, we got little things going on. You know, I'm at that point where I'm like, it can go either way at this point. But I know which way that I'm going to definitely allow it to go. I'm not going back, that's for sure. So, long story short, if you are new here, hit subscribe, hit like, ring my bell, check my description box below. I do have my Reclaiming Your Crown workbook that will change your life, because I used it to get to at least where I am right now. If I had not unpacked like my past and the hurts that I've had and things like that, I guarantee you I would not be talking to y'all right now. I wouldn't, because I hated people. I did, despite everything that I have accomplished in my past. But I let everything go, like all of my accomplishment stuff. I could have been like most women, and they want to keep their businesses, and I was like, this is not it. I got to the end, to the top of my success, and I was like, this ain't fucking it. This not it. I'm not happy. I'm not at peace. It feel like an uphill battle constantly. I let all that shit go, and I promise you, Reclaiming Your Crown, it's going to help you realize what is and what isn't for you. It'll help you take accountability for your choices, the whole nine. It is available on Amazon.com in paperback, and it's on Kindle Direct if you want to look at it on Kindle. But I promise you, it is definitely something that you're going to want to get your hands on to start that journey. And then from there, keep watching these videos that I post every day, because like I said, I am literally creating this content for you guys as I'm going through my ascension journey and my transformation. I'm not at my perfect life yet at all. I'm not at my perfect life yet. So I wanted to be transparent from beginning to end, because like I say, there's so many influencers out here that waited until they had the perfect life and the perfect man, then they want to come out and talk about their struggles. No, I'm telling you about my struggles right now. Fuck that. Y'all gonna see my journey all the way through. Like, it's not easy every day. It's not cute every day. And I think that was part of my problem in my prior life, is a lot of people thought I had like a perfect life. I did not. There was many a days I did not want to fucking get up. I did not want to live. Like, there were a lot of days that I just was like, why the fuck am I here? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I still showed up as a boss bitch. Okay? A lot of people don't know that. And I think when I got to the plateau of my career as an event coordinator, it hit me like, bitch, you got a lot of shit inside you gotta boss up on. Fuck that business. Like, and that's the journey that I'm on now, where I'm bossing up from the inside out. Now, who's to say I might return back to that, you know, skate world where I was like at the pinnacle of my career. You would have thought I would have just kept going. I couldn't. I was burnt out. I was tired. I was mentally exhausted. I was over-giving to people who didn't appreciate me, not just in my business, but also outside. Like this year alone, I've cleared out so many people. I'm now aware of seeing people who are just, they see my light and they want to suck up my energy. And I have been just asking God, listen, if this person is for me and they're here to give and take, let them stay. If they're not, I need you to remove them. And I'm telling y'all, I have seen God work. Okay? Work. All right? I'm talking about, there was a young lady at my job that love her to death, and I'm saying there's nothing wrong with it, but I can tell that she was more so becoming an energy vampire. And the only reason she was becoming that is because she had someone at home that's sucking up all of her life force. So she was looking for other people to suck up. My mom's the same way. She has someone at home that has sucked up her life force, so she wants to keep me and my kids around. and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but eventually people get tired of being sucked up. And unfortunately, fortunately, I am not a person that's like, okay, I'm getting sucked up in this area, let me go suck it up from somebody else. No, I'm not that, because I consider myself my own source. So I'm gonna just cut you off. Blessings to you. I wish you the best, and I'm gonna go recharge and recalibrate. That's me. That's why I like move off into solitude and dip off on people. People be like, where the fuck you been? Gone in my peace, you know, unapologetically. You get what I'm saying? So today's video, I wanted to read an entry from my journal. I feel like someone needs to hear. Yesterday was so intense. Oh my God, yesterday was intense. I don't know if y'all could tell, watch the previous video from yesterday, how like mellow I was. I feel so much better today. I slept like a freaking baby. Do you hear me? And I slept for a long time last night. I still woke up at 3:33 in the morning, but I was able to go back to sleep. I wasn't up on end. My mind wasn't racing. I was able to meditate a little bit the whole night, but yesterday was deep. It was a huge purge, a huge like release that I had to do yesterday. And I'm gonna be real with y'all, the last 30 days of my life have been the most humbling days of my life I think I have ever endured. But not only were they humbling, they were empowering in a way where I saw old patterns or old cycles trying to re-emerge, and I, praise God, had enough sense to say, no, I'm not doing it that way this time. And I'm gonna use the move, for example. I was ready to move. This was the biggest, craziest turnaround I ever experienced when it came time to move. I was approved. I had a move date. I had the money in hand, ready to pay my deposit and go. Okay? That was huge for me. I was so ready. And it was so humbling for that not to have occurred. And what it did was it triggered in me feelings from the last 3 times I tried moving. I didn't. One, because my mother got sick, and it's so crazy. My mother got her cancer diagnosis within this past 30 days. And she has bone cancer, the rarest of them all. And the most painful and dangerous. My poor mother is going to be in so much pain. Like, I just thinking about it, I just can't. Like, my mind is just everywhere. I can't. But, you know, and I said to myself, like, you're not getting pregnant this time. Like, we're not doing that. Last couple times you stayed, you end up running into somebody, you got with them, and you had a baby. You're not doing it this time. We're not doing it. You're still fucking moving. Like, that's all I can say to myself. Like, bitch, you're still fucking moving. We're not staying here. This is just temporary. You're being redirected. So then when you move this time, you ain't got to come back. You won't need no help. You are fucking moving this time. This is just a temporary delay. Thank God it happened in the way it did. Why you got to park over here? So then that way, all the parking spots, and you want to park right here. So that way you'll be well off when you do go. You'll be very well off because you haven't been given the tools. Like, I had to say that to myself all this month. I had a lot of humbling experience. I realized how messed up my dad really is. Like, my strong big dad is, honestly, he's emotionally fucked. Like, I don't know how else to say it, but he is. Like, hearing his story of how his grandma backhanded him for being hungry, now I understand why he has weight issues. Now I understand why he has diabetes now. Now I understand why he's always so angry and he feel like kids are way beneath you, and you know, and he treats kids like they're fucking third class citizens, you know, like it's man, and he's like, you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do that, 10-10 as I'm saying that, you know, stay in a child's place. That's because that's how you were done. And I understand now, you know, I have understanding. I gained a lot of understanding over this last 30 days. I gained understanding as to why my love life and my financial life is the way it's been. I gained clear clarity on all of it. And I gained it because I realized, and I don't know if I made a video about this or not. I don't remember my channelings, but what I do remember is the reason why I am in the financial straits that I am in is because I have been so scared to receive help from people that I opted to accumulate debt to keep covering stuff instead of allowing people to help me. I decided to be hyper independent, and that hyper independence, unfortunately, has cost me to be in a debt threshold, like to where now it's came to a head and it's popped to where now I have to literally stop and look like, okay, you've overextended yourself in your finances the same way you overextended yourself in your relationships, to where you wanted to be that strong one in everything you do. Like, I wanted to be the leader in it all. I wanted to be the best girlfriend I can be. So that led me to being an overperformer. I equated yesterday to feeling like a bird in a cage that sings. So it takes me back to the story. I know why the caged bird sings. So somebody may need to read that book or watch that movie. I know one thing, I'm definitely gonna go read that book and watch that movie. Maybe we'll do like a series and we all read the book or whatever. If you're part of my online school, the Rose Garden University, maybe that's something we could do. But yeah, and I was like, damn, I understand that whole term now. You've performed for so long and you didn't even realize you had encaged yourself in habits, in all types of things. Like, I can't even get it all out because it's like running through my head. And I said, oh my God, Kim, you've been trying to outperform and show you could do and be the most independent you can be, when in reality you were supposed to have the perfect balance of the both, which is so crazy. Leaning into my astrology, I have my North Node in Aries, hyper independence, and my South Node in Libra, union, partnership, the whole nine. And I've never actually experienced my south node. Usually your south node is what you experienced in the past. So that codependent side of Libra is probably something that I dealt with in my past life. In my past life. Now, the way I can say it came out this life is I did so much trying to prove myself that I had an expectancy of being able to codepend on someone else, because it's like, okay, I did all this for you, now what are you doing for me? Instead of just, Kim, just focus on you and do what you can do for you. And those who have that same energy a match. So that's how it kind of played out in my life. But I wanted to read this journal entry to y'all. And it says, I feel so much better. This past month has been very humbling. I'm unsure as to why God allowed Saturn to hit me so hard, but I can say I'm grateful he did. He showed my illusions and how they would negatively affect my dreams. He showed me divine protection and redirection. That was my main, learning point for this past month. Yeah, main learning point for this past month. And when I tell you, I'm grateful for it all. I'm grateful for it all, for real. Because it's so much that I try to avoid. Like, I was like, I'm not getting a second job. I'm not doing none of that. But I ended up getting the schedule at my full-time job that literally allows for a second job. Why not? And I'm praying that the job that I do get as a second job makes it where I'm able to still be there for my kids. I just want to be able to be there for my kids. It's part of the reason why I'm like, no, I don't want a second job. And I don't know how many of you are maybe going through the same thoughts that I am. I'm here to say, sis, I'm with you. I'm right there with you. Because I honestly was like, in my mind, I'm in my head like a second job, and I'm not there for my kids as much, or I'm working too tirelessly. But then I'm like, look at the job you've acquired. It's not so bad. It's actually a pretty decent job. You know what I'm saying? Your full-time job. Why wouldn't you be able to find a second one like that? Why wouldn't God allow you to get a second job like that? So we shall see. But I want a house, and unfortunately in today's society, you have to find ways to make it work, especially if you're going to, especially if you're trying to get somewhere. Like, my goal is to get my children and I a beautiful home in this neighborhood that I'm in right now. I want the beach to be in my backyard. So I'm going to have to. Not saying that I don't make a lot of money, but because the amount of debt that I have to pay off, I got to. It would behoove me not to. And that was the humbling take on that I had to take away from this past year. Sometimes you got to do it. You got to do it tired. You got to do it yourself. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to come save you. Just because you strained yourself does not mean everyone else is going to strain themselves for you. Like, I had to realize that about men. Men have higher standards than us. And I'm sure y'all have seen the videos of how women tell you men got higher standards than us, because there's things that we do for men they will not do for us because it's beneath them. And that was another lesson that I had to learn for myself, was don't do for someone what they ain't willing to do for you. And my daughter's father gave me that humbling experience. He kept trying to come back, right? And the last time, no, that ain't even the last time. He tried to come back in July. Yeah, tried to come back in July. That wasn't the last time. And first thing I said to him was, hey, I need help paying off my last semester for school. And he faked it like he was gonna help me. But I felt, it's so funny how God allows you to feel the energy. And I said, he's not gonna do it. Like, this is just talk right now. He's not gonna do it. He's trying to get me in a place where I feel comfortable enough to start having sex with him again. And he's like, okay, so can we make payments? And when he hit me with the I said, oh yeah, he has no plans on just taking care of that. Like I did for him when he was in jail. Like I took care of a lot of shit. He's not going to strain himself the way I strained myself to help him. And that was a humbling realization that I had to come to. And I said, you know what? Don't you ever do that again. However, because I'm in a much better place mentally, I won't be doing that again, because I need to strain for myself and not for somebody else. But at the same time, like I said, I was a performing cage bird. I was performing. I was trying to, I guess you could say, energetically win a nigga over. And it's so funny because, like, in my mind, I wasn't trying to win him over. I was just doing what from the bottom of my heart. But technically, energetically, that's what the fuck that was. And he made it known in that conversation. You guys go watch that video when I say how to defeat a narcissist like a queen. It was supposed to be the last conversation, but the bitch kept calling back. Eventually, I had to block him because he just didn't understand no. But if you listen to that conversation, he made it known. And he said, I see what you did, and you did a lot, but you're just going to have to do a little bit more. And I'm like, what? I was like, wow. After all that, 21:12 on my clock, I just said that. I said, wow. And that let me know. I was like, girl, you can't never do enough for a taker. Stop. Do it for yourself. Do it for yourself. I'm going to pull one card for us. Look, forgiveness at the bottom of the deck. Forgive yourself. I don't know how many of you need to hear that. Forgive yourself. And then we have discipline. Okay. Yeah, forgive yourself for past things you may have done. I'm learning to forgive myself. And I'm taking those skills that I got from those moments in time where I was overgiving, overdoing, trying to prove to everyone. It's so funny because I had damn near the same conversation with my dad when I wanted to move. And he was like, well, you weren't there for your mom last time, but I think you had to work. And I'm like, I wasn't there for my mom. I've been sewing with my mom since I was 6 years old. I am 38. What flipped over in my hand, oh look, courage at the bottom of the deck. And I said, I've been sewing with my mom since I was 6 years old. I have saved my mother from people asking for their money back from her fucking up their outfits. When she had her heart attack and was out for a week, I saved her business. I helped sew for her clients who had stuff due that week and gave her all the money. I didn't make any money off of that shit. You know, and I did it again when she had her colon surgery. And I'm just like, after all that I've done, you just said to me, I'm never there for my mom. I said, wow. So I had 2 humbling experiences over the last 30 days or so that let me know you can never outperform a taker. You can never do more to make people love you. You can't. It's not possible. It's not possible. They will always find a reason to say why you're not doing the moment you decide to do something for yourself and say no. And even with my mom, I love her to death. Like I said, I want to see my mother at her full glory. But I may not get to see that this lifetime. And even with her, like, she moped when I'm like, Mom, I gotta prove. She was not happy for me at all. I said, oh my God. My mom was just so, the moment I said I didn't get it, she had all the energy in the world. But now she's kind of like sad all over again. I don't know what's going on. It ain't nothing I did. I've been just staying to myself. I have literally had to retreat into the strongest silent period of my life. The strongest. I'm talking about, I've had to move in such a peaceful way that it's just not funny. To the point where when I finally do get the pre-approval for my house and all that, I can't celebrate it with them because of how they reacted. And I think this past 30 days, and I haven't looked into the transition charts that are to come, but I'm for certain these transits these past 30 days are going to play themselves out again in a few months. And this was the test to show me how to move when the real thing actually comes. And I guarantee, mark my words, I will let you guys know for sure, because I am going to mark these dates down, and that's why I keep a journal, so then I can go back and say, oh my God, I see why everything played out the way it did. The illusionary period was the test run. And I know that this past 30 days wasn't just a test run for the people around me, but it was a test run for the universe to me. And I'm praying I pass the test. I'm getting signs from the universe, 1, 2, 3 on my clock, as I said, that as I signs from the universe that I did, because I chose, instead of choosing to stress and spiral down into chaos, I decided to stay my ground and choose joy, choose peace, choose love despite being dogged out, choose to respond in a loving way, calm way. So first up, we have blame. It says, I accept responsibility for my well-being. If that ain't the perfect card for right now, that is the perfect card for right now. And that's where I am right now. I'm taking accountability for my past actions. I am cleaning up my debt. So then when I do go for a house, I can. I actually have, I'm doing everything that I need to do. I'm going to go the path that Spirit wants me to go. I'm going to tell you right now, when God wants you to go down a certain path, He going to make sure He do things that make you take that path. You ain't going to have a choice. You're not going to have a choice. Next is, which this is so perfect, success. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. Is it there? Make sure y'all can see it, because my face be in the camera. And this is perfect. And I love how this came out with courage. Have the courage for the things you cannot change. The courage to change the things you can. I'm thinking a serenity prayer. So I don't know, someone may need to look at the serenity prayer. I'm going to pull tarot today. Who is this? Oh, this is NACA. Hold on. Oh, they hung up. That must have been a reminder call. That was NACA. Let's see. I don't know what the company is, but we gonna see. Let's see what's to come for us. I just saw the 2 of Cups just now. Yeah, just saw the 2 of Cups. I'm looking at Faithful. Listen to Faithful Forever by Book of V, God's Glory Volume. Let's see. That's too many. That's too many, but let's see what it is. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to make this quick. I'm going to end this video. We're going to do a quick 3-card pull. Let's do past, present, future. So let's look at the past. What are some past things we may have learned? Oh, and it was in reverse. They were both in reverse. You've learned self-discipline and self-love. 2 of Cups, which I said I saw when I was shuffling, right? 2 of Cups and a Chariot in reverse. In your past, you had a lesson of learning self-love and self-discipline. Self-love and self-discipline definitely intertwine, because without loving yourself, how can you be disciplined for yourself? If you pay attention to the times that you've done the most for others, done the most for others, you had enough discipline to get it done for someone else. But now it's time. God wants you to get it done for yourself. Yeah, God wants you to get it done for yourself. He wants you to have clear direction. You've had people that have had to be pulled out of your life so he can get you to this moment right now in the present. What's the present energy right now, Spirit? Oops. The present energy right now is you may have been doing too much for everyone else and too little for yourself. 10 of Wands. You're complete, and by this being a 10, in the present moment right now, you've completed that cycle. You've completed that. You are burnt out. You're tired. You definitely, you're releasing that I need to do too much energy. You're releasing that right now because you had lacked the love for yourself and the discipline for yourself. You lacked all that. So right now you're in a completionary stage where you are releasing the burdens, you're clearing your plate, and you're about to prioritize what's important to you and for you and to help you with your soul's journey and your growth. Be a minute over. Aww. Is my whole deck upside down? It sure is. That's the second time I've done that. I heard Spirit say, turn that over. They said, turn that over. You got the Sun card. Future. Somebody getting married. I do borrow Timmy was at the bottom of the deck. Future card. As you, that's what and it's so funny. This card also means success. And what did we get? We got gotten success. As long as you go through your current period with courage, with resilience and discipline, you learn from what you've just learned and you move forward, the sun's gonna rise again. The sun's gonna definitely rise again. You're gonna have your success. You're gonna get your dreams. You're gonna get everything your heart's desire. You're gonna get it all. Okay? You're gonna get it all. Oh, this says spread your wings and fly. You're gonna be able to fly. You're gonna finally be out of that cage and sing in the skies. It's so funny. Today I saw a red cardinal who flew like so close to the hood of my car. I saw two beige cardinals, and it must have been a male and a female. One had an orange beak and the other one didn't. And then I saw two blue jays, all within minutes of each other. And I said, wow. 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 So that's the end of my spiel, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. You guys, whatever you're doing as far as letting people know about the Rose Garden, thank you so much. I am loving the growth of this channel. I am so honored that you all have chosen me to be your messenger of love and light. Oh my God, I am so honored. The channel is growing super fast right now. I'm watching the subs and it is blowing my mind right now. The likes, the views are increasing. I cannot thank you guys enough. I am so appreciative of the love and the support that you all are giving this channel. And it is in my duty to keep going and to keep showing up, even on days like I had yesterday. The past me would not have shown up yesterday. The past me would have been like, fuck that channel. I can't. I'm emotionally fucked. But I found ways to regenerate myself and show up. And so glad I did. And you guys seem to like yesterday's video too. Yesterday's video got quite a few views already. But I'm getting ready to go. I have so much to do today. I have school. I also have to get a lot of stuff done for school. And do a little bit more cleaning. Like I'm almost like done reorganizing my house right now. I'm so excited about that. So excited about that. But you guys have a great day. If anyone ever needs like guidance or maybe prayer or anything of that nature, please don't hesitate to send me a text or shoot me an email or even just leave the comment down below and I will give you love. I'm sending y'all love regardless because y'all my rosebuds. I love y'all. I want to water y'all every day, which is why I show up every day. Okay, so I love y'all to the moon and back. Until next time, peace.